Now to breaking news, a partial verdict in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs, but the jury is not done deliberating. They will be back tomorrow morning. Alice Gaynor has been inside the courtroom through the duration of the trial. She's live from Lower Manhattan. Alice, quite the dramatic ending, and there's one count that the jurors just could not agree on.
That's right. The jury sent a note just after 4 o'clock saying they had reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, but that they were unable to reach a verdict on count 1 because we have jurors, quote, with unpersuadable opinions on both sides. The judge and the parties discussed it, and then the judge brought the jury in and instructed them to keep deliberating. Here's the count they're stuck on. It's racketeering conspiracy. It's got 8 acts underneath it: kidnapping, arson, bribery, witness tampering, forced labor, sex trafficking, transportation for purposes involving prostitution, and drug distribution. The counts they have agreed on, they say, are the 2 counts of sex trafficking and Mann Act transportation, which relates to transporting someone over state lines to engage in prostitution. Now, we do not know anything about what the partial verdict is, but legal experts say it's not surprising.
The RICO charge is the most serious, the most complex, the most elements, the most difficult to prove, and frankly, the most confusing. So it doesn't surprise me at all that that would be the count they are currently undecided on. That's why jury selection is so hugely important in every case, and in a case like this. You want to get people in there who have an open mind, who will listen to the evidence, who will listen to the witnesses, and will render a fair and just verdict, whatever that is. And if you have people who are ensconced from the first moments of the trial, or even from the first moment of deliberation, it makes it very difficult. And there have been situations jurors can get into it with each other, personalities can clash, that too can make it difficult.
Meantime, earlier today, they sent a note around 10:15 this morning, the jury that is. They were requesting transcripts surrounding testimony from Cassie Ventura and also one of the male escorts allegedly involved in these so-called freak-offs. Now, I do want to point out the jury deliberated for the first full day today, so about 8 hours. Combine that with yesterday's 5.5 hours, so they've now been deliberating for more than 13 hours. Jessica?
Alice, what was Combs' demeanor during all of this as they got the note, waiting to hear what the judge does? What was he doing in the court?
It was such an interesting visual. Before the judge took the bench and read the note into the record, we didn't know what the note said. The parties knew what the note said, and we saw his defense attorneys, quite a few of them, all of them, in fact, surrounding him in a half circle. Combs was sitting at the defense table. They were huddled around him. At one point, 2 of the female attorneys had their arms around each other's backs. He put his head down, had his hands folded in his lap. It appeared he was praying. He looked pretty grim. So that's how we were tipped off that something was going on.
All right, Alice Gaynor, thank you so much. I know you'll be back there tomorrow. We've been following Combs' case since the very beginning. You can find all of Alice's reporting from the courtroom at cbsnewyork.com.